What's good, YouTube? It's Marco! Beam! Back with another video. Thank you, Jesus, for allowing us to be here another day. Week 7 weekly recap. Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's not waste no more time. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, because about 75% of my viewers aren't subscribed, and we are one subscriber away from 400. So hit that subscribe button. Turn those post notifications on. Let's get into this video.
It is week 7 and the 2026 NHL season is officially getting silly here. We got the benches clearing at the end of the game. Coaches absolutely losing it.
Was the Rangers at home?
On opposing players, the youth of the league is still putting on a show while making history. Meanwhile, some teams look unstoppable while others are causing their fan bases to have a meltdown. It's fantastic and it's hockey. So let's cover what really happened in week 7 of the NHL season. We start the week off in Sweden for the Global Series. It seemed like only about 15 people knew about these games, but don't worry, that's what we're here for. Nashville took game 1, but Sid didn't go halfway across the world just to lose in back-to-back games. He buries in the second game. The Penguins score 3 goals in the first 10 minutes and end up shutting out Nashville 4-0. Now, two teams whose hospital bill is starting to match the salary cap are the Canucks and Lightning. Vancouver, though, gets back Quinn Hughes, and they're thanking the hockey gods for that. The Canucks score 5 unanswered goals in the third. Hughes had 4 assists in this game. Anytime he's in the lineup, the Canucks are just a completely different team. The fact that they're even 500 with all their injuries this year is incredible, and it certainly does give Canucks fans hope that maybe this team could actually sneak into the dance. Either way, big win for them in a 6-2 victory. Then we go to Vegas and Minnesota, another game going into OT, but the Wild go in the peeper, and who calls game? It's going to be the Karelionaire himself, Kirill Kaprizov. 1 knee, 1-timer, that's going on the hockey card. Vegas loses again in OT, by the way. They have a wonky 8-4-6 record. That's below 500. However, the pity points are keeping them in the mix, so we can thank Gary for that. Bad news for Rangers fans tonight. They have to play a game at home, which means they're going to lose. It's pretty much a lock at this point. This was tied 1-1 late, and then Lucas Raymond, patience of a monk around the net, waits, takes, buries. Everybody loves Raymond, except for New York right now. The Rangers pull the goalie late, and as the buzzer goes down the game, Mason Appleton fires it into the empty net. Okay, let's go home. Wait, no, Jonathan Quick says, come here, you little shit. You think you can shoot it into our empty net 1 second after the game is over? Who the hell do you think you are? All hell breaks loose. Got to be one of the best looking scrums I've ever seen between the blue and red jerseys. Just easy on the eyes, but this was a Gen Z bench brawl if I've ever seen one. I don't know if there was any punches thrown. We don't do that nowadays. Everyone just grabs a guy and says, okay, we're done here. Yeah, we're done. We're done. Let's go home. Rangers lose another one at MSG. Finally, we finished the night with the 2 hottest teams as of late in the Avs and Islanders. Both Tendies and Sorokin and Wedgwood were absolutely humming in this game. They both made a save that will have shooters whimpering in their sleep. The Avs, though, they just seem like they can't be stopped. They win 4-1 with Dwayne the Brock Nelson tipping one home late to add insult to injury with 15 seconds left against his former team. The Avs have now won 6 in a row and have had a 10-game point streak. Right now, it's not even close. They are the best team in the league. Now on to Monday, where the Canucks are in back-to-back action with the back-to-back champs. Yuri Patera starts for Vancouver and is feeling glovely here. Oh, look at this save. Pure leather flasher while on the ice. Unbelievable, but the poor guy got absolutely lit up in this one. 41 shots against, 8 goals by the champs. Florida's starting to feel it a little bit here, which sucks for absolutely everyone. Side note, Sergei Bobrovsky moves into 9th all-time in wins, jumping over Jacques Plante. As if back-to-back cups weren't enough, you're back on the case there, Bobrovsky. Now, the Oilers, on the other hand, they're still in limbo. Playing Buffalo should be a scheduled W for Edmonton this season, but it ain't. Watch this ref here try and break up the fight for way too long. Finally, he says, screw it, I don't get paid enough for this, and all of a sudden, Podkolzin starts chucking him with Krebs. That's about as much fight as the Oilers showed in this one. Sabres score 4 unanswered and win 5-1. Big signing news for the Kings.
Dang, what's with the Oilers right now?
Kings, as they've locked up the underrated superstar and Adrian Kempe for 8 years. LA, after a slow start, is humming. They visit Ovi on the road, and they aren't going to keep winning games if they leave the only man in the history of the universe with over 900 goals alone right in front. Ovi buries the game winner, and the Caps win 2-1.
Hey,
Carolina also continues to roll by beating the Atlantic-leading Boston Bruins.
Dang, I bet how is he actually?
Carolina goals alone running games if they leave the only man in the history of the
Wow.
universe with over 900 goals
That was
alone
kinda
right
crazy.
in front.
He's actually
Ovi buries the
that wide
game winner
open.
and the Caps win 2-1. Carolina also continues to roll by beating the Atlantic-leading Boston Bruins. I bet you Bruins fans would have thought there was no way they'd hear that sentence at the beginning of the season. Kochetkov, though, for Carolina was incredible. He stopped 29 of 30, a perfect 4-0 on the season. The Hurricanes are hoping to God that he's the answer in net. Now, for the Monday night Bezos special, we got Montreal and Columbus. Jackets look like they're going to get this one in the bag with a 2-goal lead heading into the third, but these are the cardiac kids. They get one halfway through the third, and then Lane Hudson, that slippery devil, rips one with the goalie pulled to tie the game and force OT, but the Jackets avoid the collapse to win it in a shootout. The Habs have now lost 4 in a row, and the youngest team in the league is starting.
No, Habs lost 4 in a row. Damn, 7-0 to Dallas.
To show their age just a tiny bit right now. They had red hot goaltending to start the season, but lately it's been no bueno. We finished the night with Utah and Anaheim, 2 young squads ready for a track meet, but instead we get an old-fashioned heavyweight tilt here between O'Brien and Johnston. Bombs away in this one. That's how you do it, fellas. Sit in the box or wherever you need to sit for 5 minutes. The Mammoth were 4 seconds away from holding on to the 2-1 lead to bring her home, but Troy Terry taps in the loose puck to tie it in the dying seconds. These kids are dramatic, and they're liars, too. Look at Beckett Seneke. He fools the hell out of everyone with this hesitation, and then he dishes it off. That deceiving son of a gun sets up Zellweger. Vamilka gets caught out to lunch, and that's all she wrote. The Ducks seal a huge comeback win to snap their mini schneid and stay on top of the Pacific. Now, Tuesday, I said, screw it, I'm getting in on the action myself, and the best way to do that is thanks to CP.
I thought he was about
recaps and getting us to the game. Then we go.
I thought he was about to have some clips from a game that he went to. That was
dope. Tampa,
that was
where Devils fans are still shell-shocked from missing Jack Hughes for 8 weeks due to a freak accident with a knife. You mix in a Jake Gensel hat trick. Tampa takes full advantage in a 5-1 dub. The Devils fans, they can't catch a break. I also got to admit, I don't know if the Red Wings are wagons or not. They still got this habit of going on runs where they look like world beaters and then have others where they look like they ain't even sniffing the dance. Right now, though, they're in the hot phase. 2 points for everybody loves Raymond. 4-2 dub for them. Detroit is first in the Atlantic Division after that win. Would you look at that? Another team getting their mojo lately is the Jets. Mark Scheifele continues to be criminally underrated. 3-assist game yet again for him. They've now won 3 of their last 4. Then we got some craziness in Dallas right down to the wire. It's 3-1 Islanders with 2 minutes left, but Robertson scores his second of the game. That's now 8 goals in his last 4. Then trying to tie the game, the Moose Mikko Rantanen sees the numbers, shoves Romanov going into the boards, and he's hurt bad. Ref says you can't do that, son. You're out of here. He gets 5 in a game. And on the way out, Patrick Waugh was giving it to Rantanen. Apparently, he was telling Rantanen that the next time they play, there is no way he's finishing that game. The man was fired up, and I love it. The coach is willing to go through the wall for the players, and in return, you bet your ass his players will be willing to do the same. The best part, though, is the madness doesn't even end there. Dallas seems to score at the buzzer to tie the game with less than a second left, but no, call Gary. This is goaltender interference. You can't touch 1-800-BIG-SAVE-DAVE like that and not expect to get called for interfering with the Tendy. The Islanders end up holding on and now have possession of the first wild card spot in the East. Now for the other New York team in the Rangers. They're on the road, which usually means a guaranteed dub, but not on Vegas' watch. They squeak out a 3-2 win, but talk for the Rangers has once again become JT Miller's body language on the first goal against. There you go. That didn't take long for Rangers fans to get sick of their new captain. I don't see a problem here. I do this all the time in Beer League with that effort, and I still get rewarded with a cold beer. Rangers lose, and Miller is in the crosshairs with the fan base. Then the NHL scriptwriters kept on cooking. Connor Bedard is fully living up to the hype. He gets his second hat trick of the season. This kid's release is sickening. And on top of that, he's dunking empty netters from 175 feet out like it's nothing. In his last 10 games, he's got 11 tucks, 10 assists, 2 hat tricks, and most importantly, the Hawks are 6-2-2. He jumps to third in points, and the magic didn't stop there. Macklin Celebrini says, all right, watch this. 2 goals in the first 6 minutes against Utah. Then Celebrini says, all right, watch this. 2 goals in the first 6 minutes against Utah. Then he rips a top bunk for the hat of his own. The only 2 players in the NHL this season with hat tricks are Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini. You can't make this up. These kids are insane. Celebrini joins Gretzky, Lemieux, and Crosby as the only...
Boy, that's some good company right there. Boy, that's some good company right there. That you get mentioned with them right there, boy. You doing something?
Only teenagers in NHL history to hit 30 points in 20 games. I think that's good, fellas. Get these guys on Team Canada. Let's move on to Wednesday, and another Canadian team in the dumps right now is the Oilers. Yet everyone outside of Edmonton is shrugging it off, saying they do this every season. But if you watch the games and look at the underlying numbers, it's bad. They got the Caps, and there's Ovi.
Wow.
Goal number 904. Just like that, he's got goals in 3 straight. Don't let him get hot. Defense and goaltending has been the biggest problem for Edmonton. They give up 7 goals in this one, 2 empty netters.
What?
But Skinner still allowed 5 of them on 19 shots. McDavid must just be sick to his stomach, seeing all the money he left on the table for this. Although maybe I'm sure they'll still figure it out. Now, toilet bowl game of the night is Sabres and Flames. Calgary's getting used.
Check out those Sabres jerseys though. The red, black and black. What's that? Black, gray, white, and red. Okay.
Used to these toilet bowl games, so they shine in these ones. 4-goal third period. Rasmus Anderson, 3-point night to help with that trade value, and Calgary takes it 6-2. Now, let's talk about the Minnesota Wild here for a second. Despite the Carillionaire putting up his points for 17 sheets a year, the Wild struggled out of the gate. But they got back the man who stirs the pot over there, and Matt's the Rat Zuccarello. Little controller disconnected action on the B-way, but then rips it. He and the goaltender Jesper Wallstedt have revived the Wild here as of late. He stops a career-high 42 shots, including the last one in the shootout. The Wild have won 3 in a row and 7 of their last 10. Finally, we got the Bruins and Ducks. Racco Gudas catches Easimont with a little bit of a knee, which means we're chucking him right away. Gudas is the captain, by the way. I bet you didn't know that. He was on fire tonight. Got himself a goal, too, setting the tone for the Ducks. This was tied late, but a little floater from Ian Moore finds a way. Sometimes less is more. Ducks win again, and Lucas Dostal was lights out. He stopped 36 shots as Anaheim wins their 6th straight on home ice. Let's go to Thursday, where the Blues and Flyers are setting the tone. Here's a clip that should give you a nightmare. Konechny, wide open cage, absolutely biffs it. Waking up with a cold sweat to that one. Usually,
no, I didn't. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely biffs it. Waking up with a cold sweat to that.
Oh my God. Yo, I bet he went to sleep. Waking up out of his sleep. That had to be a dream, right? That had to be a dream, right? No, buddy.
That one, usually,
that's real
that would
life.
mean that it ain't your night, but the Blues are so ass that they stumble into losing games. Philly ends up taking it in OT. As for the Leafs, we're at Scotiabank Library yet again, and one of the only things holding up this team right now is John Tavares. He gets another goal and an assist to tie it up after being down by 2. But Adam Fantilli owns the Leafs. He bears the OT winner to send the Yacht Club home with no deals and no win. Now, the last time the Red Wings played the Islanders, it was a disastrous 7-2 loss. How about a little deja vu? Horvat joins the 4-way scoring race with his 14th of the year already. He's on the Olympic radar for Team Canada with this start so far. It's a 5-0 beatdown on the Wings, and suddenly the Islanders are 6th in the league. Meanwhile, we go to the Bell Center, and Josh Anderson wants to go Ovi. The 40-year-old man, he may not be a spring chicken anymore, but I've seen Ovi one-punch a dude. Not sure if you want the smoke there, but you woke up the Russian machine anyways. How about a hat trick? Vintage Ovi. There he goes, getting hot again. 7 goals in his last 4 games. The guy is built in a lab. The Habs, on the other hand, are miserable lately. They've now allowed 23 goals in their last 4 games and have lost 5 in a row. No surprise here. The Florida teams keep on.
5 in a row? Damn. I was just about to react to a Habs game, too, because I've been wanting to see how they was doing. That's crazy.
Humming. Samson Reinhart, lone goal for the Panthers. Nice little 1-0 win for the coaches. All while Tampa keeps the Storm brewing. Lone goal for the Panthers. Nice little. No surprise here. The Florida teams keep on humming. Samson Reinhart, lone goal for the Panthers. Nice little 1-0 win for the coaches. All while Tampa keeps the Storm brewing for Edmonton. Jake Gensel continues to have himself a weak OT winner. The Oilers have now lost 3 in a row. Here's also a quick reminder not to hurt a ref's feelings. Bedard home alone on the B-way with under 5 to go. He gets a little bit of a hook in the hands, and there's no call, so he lets the ref hear it. Probably stares him right down and says, "Are you kidding me, Stripes?" Ref goes, "What did you just say?" Get in the box, pal. That's an unsportsmanlike. And then Seattle goes on to bury on the ensuing power play to win the game. There you go.
No.
I'm sure that didn't piss off anyone in Chicago. Now, the Golden Knights haven't had a winning streak in exactly a month. Yeah, October 20th was their last one, but luckily for them, the Mammoth are absolute ass right now. They may have honestly been the early season fugazi so far. Eichel puts up a pair. Vegas wins 4-1.
Not
Utah
the Mammoth.
has now lost 7 of their last 8. If they reach 10 losses in a row, send them back to Arizona. Good news for Rangers fans, though. They're on the road again. Bad news, they got the Avs. JT Miller heard all the criticism and decided to bury a couple goals in this one to shut everyone up, but it doesn't matter against the Avs at this point. This team is just a wagon. McKinnon, McCarr, and Natchez all put up 3 points. Hell, even Wedgwood got in on the action with an apple. The Avs look unstoppable right now. They take this one. Can you imagine if that team still had Rantanen? This guy's over here in Dallas activating the twinkle toes. Little spin cycle, backhand, Roof Daddy O Jr. Thanks for coming out. That's how you get a game winner. Ottinger was sick, stopping 34 of 36 saves. The Stars keep on rolling. Out west, the Sens are visiting the Ducks, and Anaheim has been one of the best teams in the league at home this year. And this one comes down to the wire under 2 to go. Bed Batherson and beyond with the tip on the doorstep says keep the change, start the bus. We're leaving here with a W. That is a big win for the Sens. Finally, we got the Sharks and Kings, and how about Philip Kurashev being a sneaky good pickup for San Jose. First, he shows enough patience here to watch all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies, gets everyone to bite, then tucks a low, cheeky bastard. Then he steps up and buries a lone shootout goal to win it. San Jose gets their 10th win of the season, but the story is still Yaroslav Askarov. He's having an unbelievable November. He's now 6-1 on the month. Then we go to Friday, where it's blowout city. It starts with the Wild shutting out the Penguins. This time, it was Philip Gustafsson instead of Wallsteed, but these guys look like a completely different team from the start of the season. The Wild have 3 shutouts in their last 6 games, and they're 8-1 November. The boys are feeling it there. Then in Buffalo, the Sabres get in on the action. Usually, they're on the other end of these things, but they lay an absolute smackdown on the Blackhawks, 9-3. Holy, that is so bad. We almost got to start calling them the Bedards again, even though Bedard himself still picked up 2 points. Over in Winnipeg, Nikolai Ehlers makes his return as a Hurricane. He gets a standing O, but the bigger news out of Winnipeg prior to the game was Connor Hellebuck. Last year's MVP had to get knee surgery. He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. That is no bueno for the Jets, and they feel it right away as Carolina holds on to the late lead 4-3 to move into first in the Metro. Now, there's been a lot of surprises this season, but one of the bigger ones has been the Geek squad over in Boston. Morgan Geeky steals the show in LA. He's already got 1 tuck on the night. Then he rips it shelf in OT. This guy's got 16 goals on the year. He's tied with Nathan McKinnon for the league lead. I don't know if anyone expected that going into the season. I certainly did it, but the Bruins fans will take it. Kemper Salty tries to stick out a leg to trip past it, but they don't care. The Bruins take the win and leave LA on a high note. Finally, we go to Saturday, and we're starting with the Wings and Jackets. Columbus is up 3-1 with 10 minutes left, but Detroit pulls a little rope-a-dope. 2 quick goals from the back end from Sherrod, and Sider ties it, and then we go to OT, and DeBrincat tells Jack Greaves to buy a protractor. Short side, sharp angle, how are you? Red Wings complete the comeback. Now, there's been a lot of chatter about what the hell Team Canada is going to do with their goaltending situation at the Olympics, but if Binnington plays like he did against the Islanders tonight, he's probably going to start for them yet again. He makes 30 of 31 saves, shuts the door to snap the 4-game losing streak for the Blues. That's the Jordan Binnington that helped Team Canada win gold at 4 Nations, and the one that the Blues need desperately here if they want to save their season. Then we had our Stanley Cup Finals rematch.
Yo, I thought about I should have reacted to this.
Yeah, the Oilers and the Panthers, and as expected, we got a Rochambeau here
got
to
him in a
start.
chokehold.
AJ Greer goes for the full-on UFC takedown. These 2 teams hate each other. Now, this game is big for Edmonton. There's been a lot of noise around the Oilers this week, especially defense and goaltending, but they're able to quiet it all down a little bit with a solid performance. Jack Roslovic, another 2 goals. What a pickup he's been. And how about this reaction? Florida pulls the goalie. Tarasov sees McDavid just burn everyone up the ice as soon as he gets to the bench, and he's like, ah, shit. That is the game. 6-3 win. Great job, Edmonton. Where the hell was that in Game 6 last season? Bad blood kept going from there, too. We
where the hell was that in Game 6 last season?
Right into Ryan Reeves, absolutely feeding Hayden Hodgson. Buddy's eating so many rights, he's begging for a left. The Sens, though, I've said it all year, I think they're a legit team. No Brady Tkachuk, and they're still finding ways to win games. Woo-woo, Timmy Stu pokes one home for the game winner as the Sens win their 2nd in a row. We also get a little bit more history as well, and of course, it's Sid the middle-aged man. 2 points for him against Seattle means he becomes the 6th player in NHL history to record 500 multi-point games. What an absolute legend, but it's still not enough to help Pittsburgh win it. Brandon Montour wires home the OT winner, and Seattle stays quietly right in the mix with their 2nd win in a row. We also got the Leafs and Habs on a Saturday night. What's better than this? Both teams have been riding the struggle bus lately, but Leaf fans better saddle up for a longer ride. Noah Dobson double dips the chip for Montreal. 2 goals for him. They could have easily won this game 7-2 if it wasn't for Joseph Wall, who then had to get the mercy pull in this game. Montreal had the Bash brothers out there too with the Jack Eyes both dressed. The youngest one made his NHL debut, dropped the gloves, and fired up the crowd. The Bell Center was electric and bumping after the Habs win, and the nightmare season for Toronto continued.
Bro, that trade, Toronto not being able to keep Marner is it's looking bad. It's looking bad.
If you want to see exactly why things have gone to shit for the Leafs this season, you can check out the breakdown we did on them this past week after this video. Meanwhile, Tampa is still rounding into form here as of late. Typical Lightning game where Kucherov's in his rocking chair, setting up goals, scoring them. Casual 3-point night for him. They beat the Caps 5-3, which is actually music to Philly's ears. Philadelphia has the Devils, who have been just spiraling since the Jack Hughes knife gate incident. The bad news is that the surprises keep on coming. The Flyers score 3 goals in 26 seconds. Fastest in franchise history. New Jersey looks like a team that is completely bamboozled right now. That's their 3rd loss in a row, while Zegras is still lighting it up for Philly. Lock of the night was Preds versus Avs. Get the army paint for Preds fans and hop on the tank while you can. They outshot Colorado 35-26, but Colorado is straight up a wagon. Blackwood gets the shutout, and McKinnon buries the empty netter to take back the league lead in goals. Then we got the ass off. Yes, both the Mammoth and the Rangers have been stinky as of late, but Utah gets it together in this one and narrowly beat New York 3-2, and the Rangers have lost 4 in a row now. It's looking more and more every day that they may not just be a good team, regardless of where the hell they play. Let's go to Anaheim, where we're in OT. Vegas possession of Mitch Marner. Whoops! Who ordered a pizza freshly tossed right up the middle of Cutter Gauthier? He rips it right away for the game winner. There you go, Leaf fans. Parade's back on after that. Marner wants that one back.
Parade's back on. It's crazy that I just mentioned that when the Leafs was up.
Vegas is 1-7 this year in OT, just racking up those pity points. Finally, it's Dallas and Calgary, and Mikko Rantanen is becoming public enemy number 1 this week. He full-on makes Matt Coronado eat the boards here. That is a bad hit from behind. You can't do that, pal. Hit the showers. He gets 5 in a game. Coronado shows us what a hockey player looks like. Look at that mug. Couple of stitches, and you get back out there. Kind of resembles the Flames all game, really. They had a gutsy 5-on-3 kill near the end of the 3rd to push to OT, and then in the shootout, Nazem Kadri, the patience, that is lovely, and the winner. Flames end the week on a 2-game heater. So, what did you think of Week 7? Who surprised you? Who pissed you off? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you want to check out some of our breakdowns from this past week, click on any of the links here and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single thing for the NHL season.
Who surprised you? Who pissed you off? That's a very good question. I think for me, I guess to say a team that's pissed me off because of the fact of they were one of the first teams I started reacting to, and it's funny because I was told that to expect this, but the Leafs, man, like the Leafs, they're like. I didn't expect it for the regular season because apparently they're usually very good in the regular season and come to playoffs, then they get bounced in the playoffs. But the way their season is going is wow, bro. It's really wow. Surprised me. I would say the what am I trying to think of? I can't. Maybe is it the Kraken? Is it the Kraken? Seattle Kraken? Kind of middle of the pack, kind of quiet, but not terrible, but not just a world beater. I think that's for me. Also surprised me the Habs. Habs started off really, really hot. Seem to be cooling down a little bit. Maybe they can ramp back up though. You know what I'm saying? we're what 7 weeks into the season. It's gonna be ups and downs. It's gonna be ups and downs. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on. Comment down below. Let me know what videos you want to see, and I'll get those out for you. Until then, man, stay peaceful, stay positive, stay disciplined, and always, always, always be kind.